Here's the thing. There's speculation, rampant speculation, and I'm going to take a shot at it. I know you want to know, just like I want to know, who it is that they are talking about. You know what I'm referencing to. The chatter in the locker room, when you have a handful of defensive starters basically accusing someone or multiple people of not wanting to be competitive, of not wanting to contribute enough to the team, of just plain old not trying hard enough, and they are the ones who elect to make that public. This started with Patrick Queen and a couple other guys in Baltimore kind of suggesting it. Then Queen's comments take off a little bit more. More guys feel comfortable talking about it. Alex Highsmith pretty much blows up everything on Christmas Day by talking openly about lacking of effort and the want. And even TJ Watt, who never says anything controversial, TJ said something to the effect of how most of the guys in the room really want this. Most, not all. That's concerning. So I'm going to give this a try, and I'm going to attempt to be logical and reasonable, as opposed to just saying, I think it's this guy. I don't think it's any of the people who have spoken about this. So right off the bat, you take half the defense away. The one prominent guy on that side of the football who's yet to really speak on this is Minka Fitzpatrick, and Minka has had a very silent year. But I'm here to tell you it is not Minka at all. Minka is a very respected guy in that defense, a guy who is respected beyond words. This is a guy who doesn't just sit with the players in the film room study. He sits with the coaches because that's the level at which he thinks the game, the level at which he commits himself to the game. No, he has not had all the interceptions and everything else that you want, but he has never once in his NFL career been accused, nor should he have, of not trying hard or not wanting to succeed. So let's keep these things separate between whether or not you're bummed out about how he's playing or what kind of numbers he's producing versus whether or not he cares. Put Minka in your safe column. If we're getting real here and we recognize that these issues and these conversations have only come up in recent weeks, we also have to consider what was the only significant change on the defensive side. Cam Sutton came in and took some snaps away from Beanie Bishop. Cam has not played well. This is not an opinion on my part. We now have measurements for this sort of thing. You can tell whether or not somebody's getting picked apart, whether somebody's missing tackles, and then from there you can look at the film and see these kinds of things. There was one in the game on Christmas Day against the Chiefs where I don't remember who it was. Some dude on the right side catches a football, and Cam kind of heads over his way and just kind of gets in his way enough so that the guy goes out of bounds. And Corey Trice is standing there. You can see it on film. It's plain as day, and just puts his hands on his hips and is looking at Cam like, really? I could throw in a whole bunch of other sequences just from that game alone. The one that really jumps out is Travis Kelce just going right around him, going right around Sutton, and Sutton is just flat-footed. And Patrick Queen is the one who has to come back to the end zone, like way late. And if you're watching on TV and you see Queen coming into the picture, you go, Patrick Queen can't cover anybody. Look at that. What a joke. This guy, he was supposed to be good. It's not just because he's the only one you can see in your screen. Queen was just coming back as a desperate attempt to bail out what Sutton hadn't done or what Sutton hadn't even tried to do. So things need to change, and they need to change in a hurry. Tomlin, as of right now, is not having a good season. Coach of the Year contention vanished in a span of 11 days. They gave us so much hope. They went out there and fought hard to prove doubters wrong. Every network and talking heads gave this team a losing season, but they've exceeded those expectations. Now is not the time to lie down and give up. Week 18 is coming up. Steelers can, by extension, turn things around. They could go ahead and beat the Bengals. They could go ahead and take care of business there and feel good about it. You know, it's still an NFL team. It's still but not arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. Okay, we'll give the guy in Kansas City that. But Joe Burrow is absolutely a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. Beat him, put up some points, make the offense feel good about itself. But you're going to have to win in the playoffs. You're going to have to show everybody that what happened just now with these 3 games was, well, we ran into a rough spot, but look at our resilience. Look how we bounced back. Now there's that Mike Tomlin characteristic of never blinking. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We will catch up next time. Until then, have a great holiday season.